Tonight, more influential Americans sharing social media posts backed by the Russians in the lead up to the election. Famous Twitter users with big followings, from Ivanka Trump to journalists Jake Tapper and Chris Hayes to comedians Trevor Noah and Sarah Silverman, shared tweets that came from nearly 37,000 accounts linked to Russia. Facebook also now admitting 150 million Americans may have been exposed to Russian posts like this one. Both Facebook and Twitter say the posts linked to Russia were a small fraction of what Americans saw during the election. But both platforms allowed the Russians to target Americans by zip code, interests, and background, in effect weaponizing the posts to influence very influential people. That precise targeting, the reason why Facebook's ad revenue jumped 50% since last year, bringing in more than $10 billion in the last 3 months. Zuckerberg told investors last night he would not put profits over people.
We built these tools to help people connect and to bring us closer together. And they use them to try to undermine our values. What they did is wrong, and we are not going to stand for it.
The new revelations come after Congress grilled tech executives about Russia's attempt to meddle in the election on social media.
Do you believe that any of your companies have identified the full scope of Russian active measures on your platform?
Senator, our investigation continues, so I would have to say no.
Congress is now considering legislation that would require social media companies to disclose who is buying political ads, similar to TV, radio, and newspapers. Jolene Kent, NBC News, Washington.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.